Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Great League Remix and let's see what we can run with. So we got the Defense Deoxys paired with the Shadow Empoleon and the Guzzlord in the back. We're going to stay in for now as we don't have a true counter to this Clogsire. We're going to have to take this Clogsire down by committee. So we're going to farm up a ton of energy, throw the first Psycho Boost. This Psycho Boost will do the most damage as each one after this will be debuffed. The opponent does decide to shield, so they are allowed to tank a little bit less damage on the second Psycho Boost. We're going to switch out into the Guzzlord here. This Guzzlord is going to tank a Earthquake, and looks like they're staying in for now, but they do escape out of there after some of the fast moves, so we're going to go for this Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw here does have the opportunity to chip away at this Mantine. Mantine does get to a move here, and it should take out this Guzzlord. Yeah, there it goes. Down goes the Guzzlord, and now we're going to come back in with the Empoleon. Empoleon's looking for a huge farm down. We are going to tank this move no matter what. We know that we can resist all the moves. We do get the farm down, so we have 2 shields and a lot of energy on our Empoleon. We are going to go and throw this Drill Peck. The Drill Peck is good in neutral damage, and just like that, we're going to get to another Drill Peck. The next Drill Peck gets this Jellicent into the red. We're going to shield here because we have 2 shields to use. They do throw the Surf, and we're going to try to farm down. We do get the farm down, which is fantastic. Now we're going to go for this Hydro Cannon. This Hydro Cannon right here will get the shield, and then we're going to switch out into our Deoxys. We're going to shield here because no matter what, we need the health. And luckily for us, we already have a good energy. Another Psycho Boost goes through, and if this doesn't KO, we have another one banked, and that is GG's right there. So well played by us, able to win that game with the Defense Deoxys leading and closing the game. All right, next game, let's see what we find. So this is kind of an interesting team. We get the Psychic Defense Deoxys with some Guzzlord action in the back. Here we have a interesting match of Wintercott versus this Defense Deoxys. Is not necessarily that clear cut. We are going to throw the Thunderbolt right here to not debuff our attack, but to just chip away. You can see right there, the Thunderbolt didn't really do much. We're going to go for the Psycho Boost now. It does grab the shield. Then our opponent here is electing to throw a move to take out our Defense Deoxys. We're going to allow it to go down because we already grabbed a shield. We know that we can potentially farm down here with the Empoleon if they decide to stay in. We tank the Seed Bomb. They switch out into the Typhlosion. So the Typhlosion here is going to be able to throw a huge Blast Burn, but we are able to resist it, so we are able to tank it. We are going to throw another Dragon Claw right here, take out the Typhlosion, and then we're going to see what they are going to bring back in here. They decided to bring back in their Whimsicott. The Whimsicott here looking for the farm down, but we're going to throw a Dragon Claw here, and it is enough to take it out. And then they have the Macargo in the back. So Macargo right there was an interesting last pick. We did have 2 shields still, so we should have been able to take care of that. So GG's, on to the next game. Let's see what we find here. We got the Shadow Glider versus our Defense Deoxys right here. We're going to stay in as the Shadow Glider has some decent play against our backline. We are going to throw this Thunderbolt right here. It does grab a shield, so that's fantastic. And then we're going to allow them to throw moves so that we can grab some more energy. Arrow Ace gets revealed. We're going to go for this Psycho Boost right now. This Psycho Boost will do the most damage. We're trying to get to another Psycho Boost. We do get to a second Psycho Boost, which is going to grab another shield or is going to KO. And then now we're going to come back in here with the Guzzlord as we don't have to worry about any moves here. We're going to allow it to go through, save the shield for the Empoleon. Our opponent here is going to elect to throw another move. Arrow Ace gets chosen, and we are able to farm down. So let's see what this is in the back. Ends up being the Poliwrath. Poliwrath here is going to be a struggle for this Empoleon. Double water especially, and this Jellicent is going to be an even bigger problem. So unfortunately for us, this is not going to end well for us. We are going to try to farm a ton with this Guzzlord. I think the only hope here is to potentially try to farm down and come out with a ton of energy versus that Poliwrath. But even if we did, they would sneak in one fast one to take us out. So GG's to our opponents. unable to win that game right there. That was a tough backline, especially since Poliwrath was lurking in the back. It is a very tough Pokemon to deal with in the back. Alright, Pelipper here versus our Defense Deoxys. We are going to threaten some Psycho Boost right here. Basically, it's just a chip and dip. We are going to try to catch right here. We do catch something, either or it's going to be a resistant move. So Hurricane gets chosen right there, and it does bring back out the Melmetal. Melmetal here is able to take us out before we can get to our move. And then we're looking for some good farm with our Defense Deoxys versus this Melmetal. We know this Melmetal is going to be able to throw this Rock Slide, and we're going to throw a Thunderbolt here right before they get to a move so that we don't get any more damage taken. And if they come back in with the Pelipper, we have some energy for them. So we're going to build up to a Thunderbolt, throw this Psycho Boost. For either or, it's going to do a significant amount of damage. We're going to switch on into the Guzzlord here, and they have a Hypno in the back. So Hypno here is going to struggle mightily against this Guzzlord, as neither the fast move or most of the charge moves will not KO. So that is just basically hard counter. They could potentially have Focus Blast, but it takes so long to get to that we will be able to take them out by that time. So GG's. Next game, let's see what we find. We got the Defense Deoxys versus the Registeel. We're going to stay in for now. As you can see, the counters are adding up from the Defense Deoxys. This Thunderbolt here will get it into the yellow. We are going to tank the first move. Let's see if anything happens. No debuff, but we are going to potentially go for a catch here. In another sense, we're just trying to get them to use some energy. So we're going to... okay, they're staying in and allowing us to farm down. So this Empoleon here must be a core breaker for their team. The fact that we were able to get the farm down shows us that this Empoleon is pretty valuable, and indeed it is. Now with a ton of energy, we're going to threaten a lot of damage. Our opponent here is going to try to go for a dig, but before they can do that, we're going to be able to get to another Hydro Cannon, grabbing 2 shields. We are going to shield here because we know that this Empoleon is going to be very valuable. They actually switch out of that situation and go into their Mantine. Mantine here is going to chip away at this Guzzlord, but also it reveals that they don't have Ice Beam. This Mantine here is most likely running the Water Pulse, and now we know that we can just spam our moves without worrying about the Ice Beam. But these Aero Aces are adding up. We do get the debuff, and so we force them to use some energy. This allows us to go into whatever we pick to potentially farm down, and that's exactly what happens. So GG's to our opponent right there. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.